Test test. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Hi, I'm Glenn, City Battle Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team, and we're doing a live stream to step through detail how yours truly made the do-it-yourself phone, or actually GoPro to phone rig. And I've got the field test. I got that video ready to go, but I figured I was going to get some questions on how I made this. So I've got a material list I've added in the description. I also added in the other video in that description as well. So hopefully I can describe how this thing worked. And basically we took a GoPro right here. This is the GoPro. Here's the GoPro. And it's a GoPro Hero 5. We took out the little black housing and switched it out with the underwater housing. And it has a zip tie mount here in the back, and I'll explain how that one works later. Other thing is we're using the Wi-Fi connectivity, so it's wireless. Excuse me. And I can connect to, I'm using a Galaxy 5 Android phone. It's got the GoPro Quick app installed, and it works good to go without the rig when you're not dipping it in the water. So anyways, I use this one because it's my backup phone. I've got a more recent one, but this one I don't mind taking out in the field and beating it up, and it still works really good. So those are the two key things to use for this. Wireless capability of a GoPro camera. Got a little zip tie mount, and we'll talk about that here shortly. And then we got the Android phone that has the GoPro Quick app that I can establish connectivity. And once I confirm that that's all working, it's all good to go. The next thing is, when I was testing it, I put it in a bucket, and when I put it in the bucket, I was able to walk away up to 20 feet away, and there was no issue. I could still control the camera. I could still see the feed and everything. But later on, I went in a field test and confirmed that you lose connectivity. So you definitely need to have this rig. So from the rig standpoint, let's go walk through that. Okay, so I'm using 4 feet of PVC. Okay, 3/4 inch scheduled PVC. And then here I've got a metal tube, and that metal tube came from an old boat light portable mount deal that I use for my John boat. And what I did was I took some duct tape and made it fit into the 3/4 inch scheduled PVC pipe, got it locked down. And I used it mainly because it's got the same thread that will work on a GoPro camera. But you could probably use basically a longer piece and find a way to mount your camera to the GoPro to the end that's going to go in the water. But that's what I used here. Okay. And here I'm using a tripod mount so that the camera will go right here. And the other piece is this mount. This is the one where I clamp the phone. So I like using the phone mount that has a screw capability, mainly because I don't want it to fall in the water by accident. The other thing is it's got this pipe mount that I attach along with another mount here that allows this tripod mount to attach. And then at that point, I'm ready to go. I can walk around pretty much like so, and it's no big deal. I can watch the video, and I'm good to go. So really, that's pretty much the mount. I have some zip ties to hold cabling in place. I've got some duct tape as well as some vinyl electrical tape to hold the cabling. And then for the cable itself, it's just the coax cable that you use for the old cable for your cable TV. It's got the one copper wire deal, and I just undid it for one end, and then on the other end made a little deal like this right here. And what happens then is I take the camera here and I slide it on, and then I put this back. So this is really, that zip tie mount is just holding this wire up against the GoPro, and it's no big deal there. What I found though was on this end, I initially was going to use this little wire on the other end where I took the cover off it, and was going to put another zip tie mount here, but then I found out that you really don't need it next to it. You could have it away. In fact, I think I was about 10 feet away and I was still connected. So what I end up now doing is I just wrap the wire here. This is all metal anyway, so maybe there's some connectivity there, maintaining that Wi-Fi capability. So that's the other piece. And then finally, I've got about 20 feet of that coax cable, and I didn't want to just cut it. I already had it, and then I just pretty much just wrapped it around and put some zip ties, and I use that electrical tape to run it from the bottom all the way up to the top where the camera is. And if I decide to extend it, I can pop these out and get an extension for this, or even just mount it on the ground somewhere, or on the bottom, just let this sit, and then just take the cable and take it to my phone. And like I said, I was able to stand about 10 feet away and still maintain connectivity. So check out that video and you'll see in the field test, I'll have it here posted here shortly, but it'll give you a good idea as to how this phone stayed connected about 10 feet away from this. I had it mounted on here and no problem. And you definitely can't use your Wi-Fi camera or your GoPro underwater Wi-Fi connectivity, because you'll lose that connectivity. I thought we were good to go when I had it in the backyard test with the bucket, but no, you need something to maintain that at least connectivity while the phone is, or correction, the GoPro is underwater. So. Okay, so in simple terms, you got a PVC pipe that's going to mount one end to your phone, the GoPro to the other end, and then you have some cabling in this coax cable that's exposed wire that's going to give that connectivity between the phone and back to the GoPro, or correction, the Android phone in this case that I'm using. All right, and other than that, I'm really happy. Next thing I do, once the hand heals, I can go back out to do some fishing. I'm gonna go and dip this in the water and maybe put maybe one of those do-it-yourself fish bite gummy gums that I've been making with some gelatin, and see if I can get a live view of the fish taking the bait. All right, all for now. Hopefully this is helpful. And then do check out the field test of this rig. I'll have it here shortly at the end of this video. All right, and next time, catch y'all later. Good luck and good fishing.